Welcome back to Finance Reminders. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had one of those moments when life surprised you with an expense you weren't ready for? Maybe your car suddenly broke down, a medical bill came out of nowhere, or you felt that panic when your bank balance wasn't enough. We've all been there, and it's stressful. But here's the good news, you don't have to live with that constant worry. That's why today, we're talking about something life-changing, your emergency fund. This isn't just about money. It's about peace of mind, confidence, and freedom. And don't just sit back and watch, grab your notebook and pen, because this video is interactive. Together, we'll what an emergency fund really is, and what it's not. How much you really need to save, 3 to 6 months of expenses explained. Practical exercises to figure out your personal emergency number. Simple steps to start your fund, even if money feels tight. How to protect it from being drained by non-emergencies. By the end, you won't just understand emergency funds, you'll have your first action plan written down. And here's a little bonus, I created 4 free phone wallpapers to keep your financial goals in front of you every single day. You'll find the link in the first comment. So, let's get started, because your future self will thank you for the steps you take today. Let's start with a simple truth, life doesn't wait. Unexpected bills, sudden car repairs, medical emergencies, or even a temporary job loss can hit anyone at any time. And when that happens, if you don't have a safety net, the stress can be overwhelming. This is where an emergency fund comes in. An emergency fund is not a place for your weekend shopping money, your vacation budget, or your splurges on things you want but don't need. It's a dedicated financial shield, a buffer that allows you to handle life's surprises without falling into debt or panic. Think of it as your financial lifeline, there when you need it most, invisible when life is calm. Many people make the mistake of thinking any savings account counts as an emergency fund. But here's the difference, a real emergency fund is liquid, accessible, and reserved solely for true emergencies. It's money you don't touch for everyday spending, for investments that might go up or down, or for fulfilling temporary wants. Its sole purpose is to protect you in moments of real need. The emotional impact is just as important as the financial one. Knowing that your emergency fund is there gives you peace of mind, confidence, and freedom. You can sleep better at night knowing that, if life throws a curveball, you are ready. It's about security, yes, but also about empowerment, the freedom to make rational, thoughtful decisions instead of panicking. Here's a human truth, having money aside for emergencies isn't just about preparing for bad times, it's about living with less fear. It changes how you feel about money, how you approach spending, and how you make choices every single day. Even small contributions to your emergency fund start building a feeling of stability and control. Remember, your emergency fund is a promise to yourself. It's a promise that no matter what happens, you will handle it with dignity and calm. That's why it's so important to treat it differently from other savings. Keep it separate. Make it untouchable except for genuine emergencies. And watch how it transforms your relationship with money, turning fear into confidence, and stress into clarity. Here's a question many people struggle with. How much should I actually save in my emergency fund? The answer isn't one size fits all. It depends on your life, your expenses, and your responsibilities. Most financial experts recommend saving 3 to 6 months worth of essential expenses. Why? Because that's usually enough to cover unexpected events like a sudden job loss, major car repair, or medical emergency. But let's make this interactive. Grab your notebook and pen. First, list all your essential monthly expenses, rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, insurance, transportation, minimum debt payments, and any other unavoidable costs. Add them up. That total is your monthly baseline. Next, multiply that baseline by 3 to 6 months, depending on your comfort level and job stability. If you're in a very stable job, 3 months might be enough. If your income is unpredictable, or you're the sole provider for your family, aim for 6 months. Here's the key, don't just save randomly. Break it into small, achievable goals. For example, if your monthly expenses are $2,000, a 3-month fund is $6,000. That seems huge, right? But if you start with $100 a week, in less than a year, you'll be well on your way. Seeing the numbers in front of you makes it real, tangible, and motivating. Remember, this is about your personal safety net. You're not competing with anyone else, your fund is exactly what you need to feel secure. And by writing it down and calculating it yourself, you take ownership and control of your financial future. Starting your emergency fund can feel overwhelming, especially if your budget is already tight. But the truth is, small steps add up over time, and starting today is better than waiting for the perfect moment. Let's break it down step by step. Step 1. Assess your current spending. Grab your notebook and write down everything you spend money on in a typical month. Include bills, groceries, subscriptions, coffee, snacks, everything. This gives you a clear picture of where your money goes and where you can find small amounts to save. Step 2. Set a realistic goal. Don't stress about hitting the full 3 to 6 months immediately. Start small. For example, aim for $500 or $1,000 first. This makes the goal achievable and motivates you to keep going. Step 3. Automate your savings. If possible, set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to a separate emergency fund account. Even $10 or $20 a week adds up faster than you think. Automation removes the temptation to spend and turns saving into a habit. Step 4. Find extra cash. Look for areas in your spending you can reduce. Maybe make coffee at home instead of buying it, cancel and use subscriptions, or sell items you no longer need. Every little bit can go straight into your emergency fund. Step 5. Keep it separate. Your emergency fund should never mingle with your regular spending money. Keep it in a separate account or a high-yield savings account, so you only touch it for real emergencies. Step 6. Track your progress. Write down every deposit, every milestone, and celebrate your wins. Seeing your emergency fund grow is incredibly motivating and reinforces the habit. Remember, this is about creating peace of mind, not just a number in a bank account. Each small step builds your safety net and your confidence. Having an emergency fund is one thing, but keeping it safe from temptation is another. It's easy to convince yourself that a new gadget, a shopping spree, or a spontaneous trip is urgent, but true emergencies are rare. Here's how to protect your fund. Step 1. Separate accounts. Keep your emergency fund in a separate account from your regular checking or savings. If it's out of sight, it's less likely to be spent impulsively. Consider a high-yield savings account, where withdrawals are slightly more deliberate. Step 2. Set clear rules. Write down what qualifies as a real emergency: job loss, medical expenses, urgent home repairs. Anything outside of that list should never touch the fund. Keep a copy near your budget planner or phone, so you see it daily. Step 3. Delay spending temptations. If you feel the urge to dip into your emergency fund, give yourself 24 to 48 hours before acting. Often, the impulse fades, and you realize it wasn't an emergency at all. Step 4. Track every deposit and withdrawal. Keep a small journal or spreadsheet for your emergency fund. Seeing deposits grow and tracking withdrawals helps you respect its purpose. Step 5. Celebrate discipline. Every time you resist spending from your emergency fund unnecessarily, give yourself a small reward, mentally, or even just a note of pride. This builds positive reinforcement for keeping your fund intact. Remember, this is about building a financial habit and a safety net that lasts a lifetime. Protecting your emergency fund ensures that when life hits unexpectedly, you're truly ready, and that peace of mind is priceless. Congratulations! You've taken the first big steps toward building your emergency fund. Remember, this isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind, confidence, and freedom. Every dollar you save is a step toward feeling secure, prepared and empowered to handle whatever life throws at you. Keep in mind, your emergency fund is for true emergencies only, and protecting it is as important as building it. Follow the steps we discussed: calculate your needs, start small, automate, track progress, and resist temptation. And don't forget, I created 4 free phone wallpapers to remind you of this challenge every day. Put them on your phone, and let them motivate you and keep your goals in front of your eyes. Thank you for being part of this journey. By taking action, you're not just watching, you're making a real change in your financial life. You're already ahead because you decided to start. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and share your progress in the comments. Let's build this financial safety net together.